But before we get into that, I mean, how are things actually like structured? What do engagements look like for people who join Startups for All?
Mhm.
What are the the programs there?
Yeah. So our own North Stars are founded on kind of being community first, being heard and seen, like creating safe spaces to just talk out loud about what's going on in your mind and make mistakes. It's less of fail fast, kind of shit fast, and more of like never a failure, always a lesson. Um, and then also prioritizing purpose. And because it's really at the end of the day, as a founder, we're focusing on the journey, not the destination. So how do you navigate all the different decisions that you have to make? Like how much should I spend on development, or is it even the right time to spend money on development, or do I need to become an LLC, incorporate now versus can I remain an LLC? So all these questions, we prioritize kind of being clear about your North Stars, kind of developing your compass, so to
Hmm.
speak. And hopefully, again, at the end of the day, that you're optimizing your time and resources and labor.
So when I hear about accelerators, I feel like there are so many different models for
Yeah.
this in the
Mm.
startup ecosystem. Um, is this like, is there like a funding
Yeah.
element to this, or is it like more of a
No, this
membership?
is it's a tuition based, so it's almost like a academy or an institution.
Okay.
And how we're different from other accelerators or programs is a typical accelerator. Anyone listening to this, typically you have courses or it's like a cohort of a couple weeks. You have homework assignments. It's a group. Usually, there's some mix of self-paced learning, like watching videos, doing readings, and then you have a group discussion, right?
Mhm.
And then often there's like one-on-one introductions with mentors.
Right.
We do much of that, but we just do it in a slightly different way, and that's where kind of the coaching and facilitation comes into play and why tools like Clarityflow are so important. We're virtual. We have people that come from a lot of different backgrounds, different time zones, and so it's hard to, as many people might know, trying to schedule, find a time, regular time for everybody to come together. And then if you have a cohort of even more than, some cohorts I've been in are, 20 to 40, 50 people. Ours are kind of average between, yeah, usually like 12 to 15. But
Mhm.
even at that size, if you have an hour and a half, 2 hour session, how do you divvy up the time so that everybody has opportunity to speak, to reflect?
Yeah. I
And
mean, I
so,
find that even in
yeah.
small mastermind groups with like four people, it's like
Mhm.
we can't all speak,
Right.
today.
And it's hard to navigate those nuances of airtime, like sharing airtime, even in
Hmm.
a small group, right? I mean, even the conversation that we have here, I could go on and on if I don't
Sure.
stop to pause.
We could talk about the early days of the iPad for the rest of this if
Right,
you want.
exactly.
Hey, just a quick break to tell you about Clarityflow. It's the software tool loved by coaches and their clients for communicating asynchronously in threaded conversations using video, audio, or text. My team and I designed Clarityflow for the modern day coach. It lets you give clients a single place to engage with you and all that you offer through your coaching business. Run coaching groups, cohorts, and communities using our Spaces feature. Create interactive courses using our Programs feature. Build your coaching library with templates and reusable content. And sell access to your coaching programs with subscriptions or one time payments. Customize colors and connect your domain to give clients a fully branded experience. You can use Clarityflow on the web or our mobile apps for iPhone, iPad, or Android. And connect any other apps using our Zapier integration. Start with a free trial or request a personalized demo and consultation by going to clarityflow.com.
So that's where we use special facilitation techniques, kind of informed from, say, practices like liberating structures, where you have timed turn taking,
Mhm.
and then also using asynchronous means. And that's again, like we know the value of being able to, if anyone uses WhatsApp or you're using iMessage when you're talking with friends, the value of asynchronous, like talking over video or audio, is that you never get cut off. I mean,
Mhm.
the other person could stop anytime. The listener has autonomy to decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to speed this up because I'm Yeah,
I,
I
I,
just
I use
wanted
the
to,
2x speed all the
right,
time when I,
exactly,
you know,
right.
the and this is definitely a running theme on this show and these conversations. Obviously, async is a running thing here, and I really believe that it's not. I just see it every day where it's not even just the convenience factor. Where like, yes, we can wrangle different people in different time zones.
Yeah.
That's great, and it does make it more inclusive because like somebody in Europe or like Australia, like that would be a deal breaker for them to even
Mhm.
join this group if we were
Right.
meeting during business hours in the U.S. Right? Um, so there's that, and it makes it easier, but it adds space to be able to think about what you want to contribute or answer someone's question rather than just being put on the spot and hearing something and having to
Right.
respond right now and have the first answer ready to go. Like if we have
Hmm.
time to think it over or do some research or jot down some notes or like record a take and then re-record, like it just makes a more productive conversation overall, I find.
Yeah, when we talk about accessibility or inclusion, it's also thinking about, well, if I'm asking founders or participants to reflect, because actually much of our work as entrepreneurs is trying to become aware, like language out loud is what I say, like to develop our own vocabulary for what we care about. We need to talk things out, right? We need sounding boards,
Mm-hmm.
circles. And in a kind of 2 hour workshop, even, or even an hour and a half, for many people, it's hard to think on the spot, like brainstorm, on the spot. How many of us have been in those design thinking sessions, right? Where it's like, okay, we're going to turn on the timer, everyone take a couple minutes and just like brain dump as many things as you can on these stickies.
Right.
And you and I, or maybe some folks where we're used to this because we've done it so many times, it's not much of a big deal. But for some where it's just their way of life of conversing is to take time to reflect, or for other reasons, there's myriad other reasons where they just want that kind of solo time.
Yep.
Asynchronous is awesome.